There's nothing better to do than on a cold winter day in January than going over all of your seed catalogs that you have received in the mail. Hi, it's Gary with Successful Gardens, and in this video I'm going to point out 6 of the most important things that I consider to be important when looking at a garden seed catalog. These 6 points might seem basic, but actually they're very important to consider before you even place that first order of garden seed. The first thing is shipping. Make sure that you understand your shipping rates. Take for instance this Jung's catalog. They offer free shipping if you order $100 or more of product. Now, the $100, believe it or not, can be reached fairly easily when placing seed orders, plant orders, because then you get into some of their catalog offerings and you find tools, you find fertilizer, you find gloves, and those might add to your order. So it's fairly easy to reach that plateau or that limit of $100. So don't let a dollar amount prohibit you from at least starting to look at a catalog. But I want to stress the importance of understanding all of their fees, because at the very end, along with the shipping freight rates, there might be a handling fee. There might be some other fees that are included. So make sure you look and understand all of the shipping rates that apply for each company. The next important factor that I would consider is discounts. Do any of the companies offer discounts? Now, there are some companies, especially their online catalog, and I would consider looking at both the paper catalog and their website, because there might be some offers that are on the seed catalog but aren't available online, but vice versa. There might be some that are better on their online site than what you might find in the catalog. So take a look at both catalogs to find your best discounts. Look for the seed packet, or the packet size, or the seed count. And this will vary from company to company, and actually even with what variety or what type of plants you're buying seed for. I remember one time I was really disappointed because as I found this new tomato I wanted to grow, and I ordered it, didn't think anything of it. I was ordering from a company that I got some great pricing on because I ordered more than 20 packages of seed. And when I opened up this new variety of tomato to start to grow, I only received 5 seeds in there. But I remember that I saw that variety in another seed company, and I went and looked at it, and it's like, oh, I could have received 30 seeds from that particular company. But I was discouraged because they wanted to charge, I think it was $7 or $8 for that packet of seed, and so I jumped at the cheaper price. Well, I failed to look at or acknowledge that I was only going to get 5 seed from company A. So make sure that you understand the quantity of seeds. The pricing will usually reflect the quantity. So if you're getting a really cheap price, your quantity of seeds might not be the same as if you were ordering it from a different company. Looking at the importance of a seed packet, you're going to have in that description, it's going to say days to harvest. Days to harvest means once you plant that seed in the ground, you can expect in approximately 68 days for this variety of corn that I'll be picking the corn off of that stalk. But you also want to know with those seeds if they're going to be a direct seed, meaning you plant those directly out in the soil, or if that seed needs to be planted indoors, such as peppers and tomatoes, and that can sometimes take 6 to 8 weeks before you actually plant them outside. But once you plant them outside, those days to harvest refer to Once that plant is then planted in the ground, you can expect in X amount of days to be able to start enjoying your first harvest. If you live in a warmer climate, you shouldn't have any problem harvesting any of the crops. But in a colder climate, say let's say zone 4 or zone 3, I happen to live in a zone 4. I live in northern Wyoming. Right now there's snow outside. But I have a limited growing window. My average last frost date is in May. My first frost date in the fall is in the middle of September. And so I need to know what my growing period is so that if I'm choosing to plant a pumpkin that takes 110 days to harvest, is my growing season long enough that I'm going to have success in getting that pumpkin to produce? So that's why the growing days are important to understand. When ordering something through a catalog or online, you always hear the adage of buyer beware. And so, but take a moment to understand or familiarize yourself with a company's guarantee policy. And this is to ensure that if there's some damage through the products, whether it be shipping, whether they get shipped too early and all your plants show up dead, if you're ordering seed, that's not a problem. But if you're ordering plants, if they get shipped too early and it freezes in transit, make sure that you know what the company's policy is on guarantees or on warranties. It's better to always start the process or a warranty process at the very beginning rather than waiting to the end. Now you might realize, or as you're looking at a catalog, you might think, wait, there's more. There's a lot of icons, there's a lot of jargons, there's a lot of things that it's very confusing, especially if you're a new or beginning gardener. Usually at the beginning of the catalog, you will always find a legend or a key that will have a description of what all of those icons refer to. And so I would take the time to familiarize yourself with that. There's a lot to know and understand about a garden catalog, but it doesn't have to be intimidating. Hopefully, I've been able to ease some of that stress with this video. Hit that like button and then the subscribe button. And remember, if it's your first time planting a garden, you don't have to plant all of the seeds that you ordered this first year. Seeds will keep. In fact, if you're wondering how you can store your seeds, make sure you check out this video that I have on how I organize and keep my seeds from year to year. This is Gary with Successful Gardens. And remember, let's get growing.